lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Hello, and welcome to Passion's Supernatural Podcast, the podcast where we discuss what we consider to be the best soap opera ever, Passions. Hello, everybody. I'm Joe Velasquez, host of this show today, and joining me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Casey Metcalf. How you doing, Casey, sweetie?
My mood's up because the weather's nice.
That's a good
Yeah.
sign. Yeah, we need nice weather now. It's been a long winter. And now, I mean, I guess what was it? Yesterday was the beginning of spring, so we're in the spring now and everything. So yeah, that's definitely good. We need nice weather. So anyways, everybody, as you all know, every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we air exclusively here on YouTube. And I will not deny it. I will not lie about this. Up until now, well, maybe not right away. I don't want to say right away. I don't think it was like this, but for a good long time that we've been doing the show, pretty much every show that we air and everything, I had been catching Casey up with what would be the final season of Passions, which aired exclusively on DirecTV. I believe the year 2007 to 2008, since Casey never saw the ending show. So her and I, we would always watch it. We would watch a good number of episodes, and then we would talk about it here on the show of what we watched and everything. Well, unfortunately, I think that this might be one of the first shows that we actually don't talk about watching the show because we are finished. As I said last weekend, we finished the show, we ended the finale, and so now here we begin. I told you we weren't going anywhere. We're not done. Passion's Supernatural Podcast will continue, but this is the beginning where we don't have the actual show to talk about. We finished it and everything. So here we just talk about, well, whatever we can come up when it comes to Passions. Once again, the stories, the episodes, the magic, the special effects, the actors, the characters, you name it. We could talk about all of it. We finished catching dear old Casey here up. So this is the beginning of, well, one of the beginnings, that is, of us just talking. So, I mean, it's gonna be a toughie or whatever to figure out, like, where in the world do we take this and everything. I mean, we're still trying to get guests, aren't we, Casey? I mean, we're still, yeah,
Guests and fans to come on to the show.
Yep, trying to get guests from the show and fans. We're still trying to get them on here. We're still at it. It's hard work. It's very, very hard work. We still haven't really heard from anybody that I've mentioned a few times that we will more than likely get on here. We haven't heard from them, but we're still working on it. And oldies but goodies. So
Yep.
yeah, and I mean, this show will go on for a good long time. We're going to keep on going with Passion Supernatural Podcasts. We're not giving up, but just finding things to really talk about and hoping that we can get more cast members. It's a real tough situation.
Yeah, because all of them are busy. They got lives,
They got lives, they got kids. I know that good old Noah Bennett, Dylan Fergus. I know he really dedicates his time to his son and everything. That's why one of the last times he and I spoke, he said to me that he has a son that he's got to take care of and stuff like that, and that's why it's been difficult knowing. He said that he'll definitely do the show, but it's all about finding a day and a time and everything, so it's hard for him because he's got a son. You're right. I mean, these people, they got They got lives. Yep. They got kids. They got jobs. They got, I mean, I might have mentioned this or whatever, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not or whatever. I guess it might be a little bit longer before we actually get Mackenzie Westmore on here, because I've come to find out that her schedule is just very booked, and basically I've been told that her schedule just currently will not allow her to do a podcast right now. So, not that we won't ever get her. We may get her at some point. I mean, she's always on TikTok, if you know what I mean, doing, not always, but a lot of times on TikTok doing um live chats and everything. So, it's at some point more than likely that we'll get her at some point. It just might take a while because she's so busy.
And speaking of who, I saw who posted a video earlier on TikTok.
She's always posting videos on TikTok. I get notifications all the time that that she has posted another video. I'm like, boy, what did she post this time? Yeah, she's always posting stuff, but yeah, so I mean, yeah, so it might take a while before we get our beloved Sheridan. It may take a little while, but I'm sure at some point along the line, as long as we keep the show going, I'm sure we'll get her. I mean, there's a lot of people I'm sure we can get. It's not just about busyness. It's also getting in touch with them. It's also about getting a hold of them as well. We also have to find ways of reaching out to these people. So, I mean, I have no contact with these people's managers, even though Mackenzie Westmore herself actually told me that's what you're supposed to do. She said you're supposed to get in touch with their managers and stuff like that. How in the world do I do that? Any of you people out there know how to get in touch with a actor's manager? I mean,
Well, you should ask Mackenzie, how do you do that?
yeah, maybe the next time she's live, I will. Maybe next time she's live, I will. I'll send her a mess. Well, I'll message her in her live, and I'll ask her. I'll see if she'll give me some words of advice on that. She told me that. She told me that emailing these people is a great way. She said to email them is a great way and everything. But like I've mentioned before, a lot of these people's emails that I have, they just don't work anymore. They're like dead emails or something like that. But she said that that is indeed a great way to get in touch with some of these people is via email and stuff like that. And I've already emailed Christy Ferris, Simone number two. I've already messaged her, so and I've heard nothing back. Even though she told me to reach out to her in March, I don't know. I'll keep trying, but I mean, the next month I'm to reach out to Dana Sparks, Grace, and Faith. She told me reach out to her in April. That'll be great to actually have her on, as I have no idea what's ever become of her. So she said that she misses her days on Passions and that she'll do it just to reach out to her in April and we'll discuss it. um, and no, I still haven't heard from Dylan. Dylan hasn't seen my Instagram messages. I haven't heard from him. And you still haven't heard from Eva, have you?
No, but I'm gonna message her again.
Good girl. Keep trying that. Keep trying to email. I'm sorry, email. Instagram her, I mean. And keep trying that. And whatever we know of that she's got something else. I mean, I might have an email of hers that you can try. But if you can find her on Facebook, try there. If you can find her. Um, um, and I don't know about everybody else. I'm still working on it with everybody else and everything. We'll get some people and everything. I can't guarantee everybody from the show, but I'm sure we'll get a
Some
lot of
people,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
really.
want
Mhm.
I want two of my favorites on the show,
Yeah,
Eric and Lindsay.
yeah, of course we want them. Absolutely, it's just gonna be hard. I mean, unless we can get a hold of their managers. I mean, if we can get a hold of these people's managers, that might be the easiest way to actually do that. I mean, I want a number of people too. I mean, I want Blair, Miguel, I want, um, I don't know, off the top of my head, I can't really think of. I want as many as we can get. We've been lucky with who we had so far. We've had three big actors already and everything, and so we got to keep at it. Um, and I mean, there's just so many questions that we have to ask these people and everything. These people, they all want we all want to know, like, of their experiences. I'm actually incredibly shocked or whatever of the stuff that Mackenzie said of the way that she was, treated on Passions. I'm incredibly shocked by that. I never would have thought, oh my word, that she wasn't treated very good or whatever on Passions after she suffered having a miscarriage and everything in real life, during that pregnancy storyline of hers.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked. I'm like, man, I had no idea. Um, but yeah, I mean, we're all man, I mean, what else is there, people? I mean, we just yeah, this is what I was
Mm.
afraid of when we ran out of episodes. um,
We always came lost from the very beginning of Passions.
yep, you and I have
When it,
spoken about that. I mean, everybody, I mean, don't hold your breath or anything. Just it's just a maybe as of right now. Casey and I have actually discussed it and everything. I mean, we're not guaranteeing anything. Nothing is green lit yet or anything, but we are discussing the possibilities when Casey's schedule here clears up a little bit more, because she's gotten a busy schedule herself. When her schedule clears up a little bit, who knows? Maybe we'll just, for the hell of it, maybe we'll go back all the way to the very, very, very beginning of Passions, and maybe we'll start from scratch. I mean, I myself, I've never seen that many. I've seen a few, but I've not seen that many of the early day episodes, whereas Casey has been watching it from the very beginning and all that. I haven't seen all those. I didn't come in for a good long time. Excuse my TV in the background. Here, let me fix that for right now until the show's over. But I no, I mean, just I didn't see those early episodes. I came in way late. So this would be kind of my first time watching it from the beginning all the way to the end. If we make it happen, we're not going to make any promises, but we'll see. We'll see how things go, and we'll see what happens.
will bring me back memories.
Yeah, oh, I'd love to see what happens in the earlier seasons, if you know what I mean. I mean, I've seen a few episodes and stuff like that. I mean, I saw the very first episode. I definitely saw the first three episodes and all that stuff, or whatever. The first three episodes, I saw those for sure. Um, and I mean, I know I saw a number of others and stuff like that. That's how I know that Taylor is my favorite K, because I saw those episodes, and that's why I know that Mary Elizabeth Winstead is my favorite Jessica and stuff or whatever. But um that stuff was the beginning and stuff like that. And um but I didn't really get that far. I didn't really get that far. I only got to a certain in the past when I've watched it with people, I've gotten up to a certain number or less. So I'd love to be able to see what happens. I never even saw Timmy's death. For how everybody talks about Timmy, I definitely know about Timmy, but I've never seen the episode where he passes away. So that'll be a real. So if we decide to do that, that'll be a real thing for Casey and I here. We'll both get to relive stuff. I mean, well, she'll relive it and I'll first experience it.
Yep.
Excuse me, everybody. um, and not to mention, I mean, I could get a further, look into Travis as the original Ethan before Eric Martzoff took over and stuff like that and everything. And yeah, I can actually see um, further of what Travis did with Ethan compared to Eric. Even though I still say that Eric will always be the best Ethan.
Yeah.
Just like he's the best Brady on days, so.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, so we might do that. No guarantees. Um,
Was
it, it's really difficult for us people. We don't mean to keep on umming y'all and everything, and no, we didn't really prepare for this. This is what I was nervous of when we ran out of episodes.
yeah. When I posted all Lost and Passions in 1999, I like when Teresa accidentally walk over and she hit the ladder and the paint was all
First
on
meeting.
Ethan.
The first meeting, yeah. It's like I've always said, a lot of times as we've been watching, I said I just can't get over that that's how it all started. And then by the time everything was going on with all these extra seasons, he was chasing after her. He knew that she was the one he was meant to be with, whereas in the beginning, he thinks of her as his stalker.
Mm.
It's so hard to actually believe. I couldn't believe it that she would actually get him in the end. I mean, um I mean um 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 usually whenever a character is like has a crush on somebody or whatever, it's not like they actually end up with them in the end. It's usually just a just a fantasy or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that Teresa had other love interests and everything, I mean, she had Jared and she had Fox and stuff like that, but who would have ever thought that in the end she actually would end up with Ethan, the man that she's been
Yep.
in love with since the beginning?
She always had her eye on Ethan.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, crud, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, and it's also like the only time that I've ever seen a soap opera. It's the first time I've ever seen a soap opera where, from the very beginning all the way to the end, they they just focus on just this one couple as the main characters from beginning to end. I mean, here I am watching Days. A lot of the ones that were considered main characters have left the show. They're not on the show anymore, or they died, and all that stuff, and they're just not anymore. They're not main characters. But um, but um, but Ethan and Teresa were the center couple from beginning to end. And that's really, really interesting. I'm wishing that more soap operas did that.
Yep. I was soap operas have like drama,
Yep.
you know,
That's mainly what soap operas are, drama.
yeah. Had like more love scenes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently, I mean, this is more of a Days of Our Lives thing, but I guess now it's a very, very big thing now that Eric Martzoff as Brady and everything. I mean, we're now getting used to the actress that plays his daughter on the show. I think her name is Rachel. The character's name has been recast because the original actress has gone on to appear in Little House on the Prairie and everything. So they recast the character of Rachel, and now it's like it's everywhere you look where it comes to Days of Our Lives. Rachel has been recast, and this is our new Rachel. So I guess Eric is gonna have a lot of working with a new little girl or whatever to play his daughter. So
Mm.
come next week we'll probably get more of that because like I said, with him being the father of this girl, I mean he's the father of like what, I don't know how many kids Brady has. I know that I know he's got Tate and I know he's got Rachel, but I'm not sure how many others he's got. But all the same, um he's really the complete opposite of how Ethan or whatever. I mean, Ethan having three kids and all that stuff, little Ethan, Jane, and Jonathan, and all that. And they were all, well, little Ethan was the main one. Jane and Jonathan were practically little ones throughout the series. But Rachel, as Brady's daughter, she's an evil little thing. She's actually an antagonist like character on the show. She's evil. She's always, and she's a little girl, and she's doing all this bad stuff and everything. That's the complete opposite from Passions. I mean, Tate, unfortunately, it presses me as hell. I know we got a long time. I mean, it's probably not going to be until sometime next year, but since Tate is in a relationship with Holly, they're one of my favorite couples on Days of Our Lives, Tate and Holly. Um, they're leaving the show, I believe, or whatever. It's already been decided that they're leaving and everything. I don't know. I guess they're taking the show in a different direction or whatever. I'm not sure of the whole reasoning, but still, um, like I said, I don't think it'll be happening until next year, though. We got a long time, but they are leaving the show and everything, and so that's going to be one of Brady's kids gone. So Tate will be off the show. Um, I love Tate and Holly. They're one of my favorites. They're so great.
I need to catch up watching it.
Yeah, I would love to hear what you think on that. But like I said, Galen as Wraith has gotten very little to do. He's really gotten not very much to do. Brady is getting a fair bit, but not very much. I mean, he it really, really, really seems like, I'll be honest or whatever. I mean, I don't know what it was like when the original Brady was on before Eric took over, Kyle Lauder. I don't know what it was like when Kyle was Brady, but ever since Eric came on, I feel so very, very much like they've turned Eric Brady into, again, he's the complete opposite of Ethan. He's completely different from Ethan, but I can't help but feel they've really turned Brady into kind of a um I don't know if the word is down on his luck kind of guy because he really just can't get a woman. Every single time he gets a woman, they either end up dead or they end up backstabbing him and leaving him, or it was all like a trap or something. They were just pretending to be in love with him, but they weren't really. He just can't get a woman. This guy,
Hmm.
I mean, there's already been several of them from what I've seen, at least as far as Eric has been on. I can't speak for Kyle. As far as I know, as far as Kyle was on, Kyle just had Chloe and Nicole. But when Eric as Brady, I mean, he's had both of them at some point, Nicole and Chloe, but he's had Ariana, aka Lindsay Hartley, and they got engaged, but they unfortunately never made it to the altar. Madison, she died on their wedding day before they could actually get married. She got killed. Um,
Hmm.
Kristen, who is still on the show, is a different actress, but she's still on the show, and she was an antagonist all along. She's a bad guy. I think she's the mother of Rachel, so I think that kind of explains why Rachel is doing such evil stuff because her mom is so evil and all of that. But Kristen, they're no longer together because Kristen revealed her true colors. Um, Teresa, that's right. Eric had another a girl named Teresa,
Hmm.
played by two different actresses. Um, they got engaged and almost got married. I mean, she had her wedding dress and everything, and I believe there was an episode where they were supposed to get married but didn't. Um, she started off as kind of bad, but then turned good, and then left the show, and then came back, and then she was recast and all that kind of stuff. There was another woman, I forget, I think her name was Eve. I could be wrong. I would have to ask a friend of mine. Another woman that he was engaged to, but then I guess things didn't work out for them. um, oh man, and I don't know right this very minute. Right now, I don't know if they are trying to make the character of Sarah. There's basically a doctor named Sarah on the show. I don't know if they're trying to turn Brady and Sarah into a couple or what. I'm not entirely sure, but he just can't. He just can't
Keep
get
a
it.
woman.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. Um, like not too long ago, it was like about a year or two ago when I was doing a Days of Our Lives Zoom meeting and Eric was in there. I have to look for this now, but I was on with Eric and Nadia, who plays Chloe, Nadia Jorlin, or however you pronounce her name, as Chloe. They were both on there. I wrote a poem or whatever for them. I have to find that thing again, but I wrote a poem for them, and one of the verses in the poem was, "Poor Brady can't keep a lady," and that got everybody who was in that Zoom chat just laughing, and I could just see the look on Eric's face. He was like, "Oi."
He does.
He was like, "Oh God."
Mm,
Got everybody laughing, but he just rolled his eyes. He was like, "Oy vey."
mm, yeah.
But it's true. Poor Brady can't keep a lady. And in a way, when he came on and when he started dating these women, he pretty much became Brady Black Widow. If you go out with Brady Black, if you get into a relationship with
Mm,
Brady, you're gonna lose your life.
yeah.
So, like I said, yeah, Eric is really really great, but once again, he really hasn't been given that very much to do on Days. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot more scenes than what Galen is getting. He's getting a lot more scenes. There's quite a good number of episodes where Galen isn't even there, but Eric gets a fair number. But just not very many storylines that much right now. Who knows? Maybe now that they've got a recast on Rachel, maybe they'll give him some more to do now that he's got another actress playing his daughter. But no, he doesn't get as much as what Passions used to give and everything, where he was like always meant to be there, and so, or always there, I should say, not always meant to be there, but always there.
Yeah, like I say, I need to catch up on watching Days of Life
It's
sometime.
really good. It's really, it's coming along good. I mean, this podcast is specifically for Passions, but no, I mean, just knowing that we have two actors from Passions that are now on Days, it's a good show. It really is. It's a great show and everything, and it really for a time it really takes you back because when Lindsay was on there, it was a Passions reunion and all that stuff and everything, but now it's just, unfortunately, it's just Galen and Eric again, like how it started. They both got cast on Days of Our Lives around the same time. First Galen appeared as Rafe, and then Eric came on as Brady like a week or a few weeks after or something like that. So they got cast around the same time on Days or whatever, and I'll never forget the episode where I didn't actually see it. I saw it online and I want to find it again. I'll never forget when the two characters actually met on Days of Our Lives, when Brady and Ray first met for the first time. It was Ethan and Louise meeting all over again. An alternate universe. They left Harmony and now they're in Salem and they're re-meeting.
Mm, but in a different storyline.
Yep, and at least their meeting was a lot more whatever the word is compared to how it was with Luis and Ethan. I mean, again, you got to remember Luis didn't like the Cranes, and it was Travis when he very first met Ethan. It was Travis playing Ethan and all that, and it wasn't a very good first meeting. These two, I mean, okay, yeah, Rafe, you know, kind of scowls at Brady when they very first meet, but he quickly comes around and is like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you like that or whatever." And they, it was really great seeing them meet all over again. But um, no, you should check it out. It'll be great. It would be great for you to actually see what these two are doing now and everything. And like I said, though, when you see Galen, though, even though he doesn't get very much to do and he doesn't get very many storylines, he he basically is still Luis. There's really no difference. I mean, it's just a different name, and I think that Rafe might just be a little bit older than Luis was. I think Luis was a little bit younger than Rafe, but other than that, they're practically the same character. They're both cops. They're both the oldest son of a big Mexican family and all that. And I mean, a family very, very, very similar. There's somebody that's like a Pilar, like a Martin, like a Miguel, like a Teresa, and so on, a
Teresa,
Paloma, and so on. There's so many of them.
Antonio.
Yep. There's just so many Hernandezes, just like there's so many Lopez Fitzgeralds. So,
Mm,
and stuff like that. So, but like that, they, I mean, okay, from what I've seen so far, Rafe has only fallen in love with one blonde, whereas Luis really had a thing for blondes and everything. Rafe has only had Sammy. I mean, Hope and Nicole, and I forget this other character that he was engaged to, but their relationship didn't. It ended or whatever. Oh, and they also were both cloned. They both got they both got kidnapped, and then they're no, actually Luis wasn't kidnapped, but he was still cloned. Rafe got kidnapped and was cloned and all that. So Galen got to play a bad side to him twice. So that's really something that Galen really seems to get around with, playing two versions of himself in both shows. But yeah, you're basically gonna see the same character as Luis on Days, just has a different name. But
yeah.
anyways, hey, you know what, people? Our time is up. My alarm just went off. We just made it through another show. All right, all right, all right, all right.
Yay.
Passion power. So we made it, people, through another episode. But hey, once again, as I always say, if you missed today, that's all right. You can always tune in next weekend. We will be here every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. And we're going to be discussing more and more passions. There's a lot of things to discuss. That's why it's so difficult for us to really decide what are we going to discuss now that we're not discussing what we were watching anymore. It's so hard for us to think of it because there's so much to talk about. But and like I said earlier, we will get more people. We'll get more guest stars. We'll get more guest appearances. Like all you fans out there, all of you who are a fan of Passions, who just loves the soap opera very, very much. If you would love to share your Passions experience, what you love about it, what you know about it, how you came to know it, watch it, love it, etc. Please like, subscribe, and leave a name and social media little,
Down below
yeah,
in the
exactly.
comment
Leave those
section.
things down below, a social media down below. One of us will reach out to you. It'll either be me or Casey, one or the other. We will reach out to you and we will start discussing how we can possibly get you on the show. We would love to have you on here. The more we have, the better our show gets. And just please don't be afraid to step in. Just step in and leave your information. But anyways, our show is going swell. I mean, I think Casey and we've come a long way. I mean, I think that this episode is either our 30th or our 31st. It's one or the other. I can't believe we've come this far. It's amazing. But we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going, and it's going to get better and better, more magical, more anything else the Passions characters would say. But until then, just tune in. I'm Joel Velasquez.
And Casey Metcalf.
And just remember, you are our passion for life. Thank you. All right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, people. Tune in next weekend. We'll see you then. All right.
The one who could sing so